Hey everyone, welcome. So today I'm going to go over how to do a forecast of sales using mad absolute deviation along with simple moving average. So we take a look at the first question here. They're asking us to forecast sales for week 6 using a 3-week moving average. So let's take a look at that. So we were given right here our error square and then our error, and then we are also given this chart here. So we have this, right? So let's create a new spreadsheet. Okay, POTW. So we were given our week and actual sales. Let's do that real quick. Okay, so the first thing they're asking us for is our 3-week SMA. Okay, so let's just do a 3-week SMA. So to do this, all we do is we take the average of the last 3 weeks of sales. So we're going to type in our average function. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And then from there, we're just going to drag down, and this will repeat the function. So you see the last 3 weeks from week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9. Okay, now let's say they want us to do a 4-week SMA. Simple moving average. So we're just going to do the last 4 weeks. So let's do that. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to scroll down. Same thing. Okay. Let's take a look at what they were asking. So they want us to know, first of all, forecast sales for week 6 using a 3-week moving average. So let's take a look. This is going to be our answer. It's going to be 100. Because we just take the average of 3 weeks and go for 100. So that's the forecast. Next, they asked us for week 9 using a 4-week moving average. That's going to be 105 as shown right here. Okay, next, using MAD, determine which forecast 3 SMA or 4 SMA is most accurate. So let's just do a 3-week MAD. So to do this, we just take the absolute value of our projected minus our actual. And then we just drag that down. And then to find the actual MAD, we just take the average of all of these MAD right here. So week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Next, we got to figure out forecast sales for, well, first we got to do the 4 SMA before we do that. So let's just do 4-week MAD. So we're going to do our, now make sure don't do this, right? So 101.25, we do absolute function, 101.25 minus 100. And then we are going to scroll down, get that done, and take the average. So based on this, we are going to do, based on our MAD, this one is lower, therefore it has less error, so we're going to pick the 3-week simple moving average. Next, to forecast sales for week 10 using a 4-week weighted moving average. So we have weights of 0.5, 0.3, 0.15, 0.05. So let's do this real quick. So we need to know for week 10. So let's just put a week 10 here. Okay. So let's do a 4-week WMA, we call this. Okay. So let's go here, let's take a look. We have 0.5, 0.3, our 0.15, and then our 0.05, okay? So to do this, let's go back here to our little chart here. So to do it, you just multiply the two together. So we're going to do that real quick. So let's do our 0.05 times our 105. Alright, and then our 0.15 times 0.20. Let's just make sure this is correct, because that might run into an issue. Yeah, there is a little issue. So here, we multiply 0.15, 105. So we multiply the actual sales. So let's go back. Let's clear that out. So let's multiply this by our actual sales. So 0.05 times 105. Okay, so in order to get this, so this was 95. Okay, so we need to go back a little bit. So you don't want to do it with week 10. That's a common mistake that will happen. So let's make sure we set this up properly. So for 6, we're going to put in what is it? Say the weights here. 0.05, 0.15, 0.3, and 0.5. And then we can do it now. So let's do 0.05 times 95. 15 times 105. And then we have 0.3 times 120. And then we have 0.5 times 115. Alright, I'm going to do this. Take the average. We're going to get 28.5 as our average here. But in order to do this one you actually sum it up. That's another common mistake that might happen. So make sure when you're doing weight and moving average that you're adding everything up. So that's going to be 114. This is going to be 114. Good. Next, they are asking us to forecast sales for week 5 using exponential smoothing with an alpha factor. Let me make sure this is spelled right here. 0.20. So let's set up a point in our graph here called EXP 0.2. And then we have EXP 0.3, okay? So for 0.2, let's take a look here at our little key here. So to do this, right, you can actually start at week 1. So this is always going to be 0 no matter what. And then the second one will always be this top one. So this top one is going to go right into here. So that's going to be 105. And it's going to be 105. Now the difference, right, is going to be what we multiply here. What we multiply by. So this remains the same, right? We just multiply. So for this one, we multiply the top 2 together. So let's just do that. So it's going to be, instead of 0.2, we're going to do 0.2 times 100 plus 0.8. And the reason why we do 0.8 is because we need to subtract 1 from the 0.2. So multiply by there. We get 104. And then we're going to do pretty much the same thing here. Just multiply by 100. That's 103.5. And then next, we're going to take the top one here and then the top one here. So we're going to do, remember from this one right here. Oh, well, let me not do that. Hold on. Let's just go back. Okay, so we're going to multiply the top one by 0.8 and then the left one by 0.2. So let's go back here. So let's see, that's 0.2 times, should be 95, 0.8 times 104. Okay, that should be accurate, yep. 104.2, this is 102.2, so we have a little mistake here. 0.2 plus 0.8, let's just make sure. Okay, so you got to do the one above, and that's another mistake. You might think it's week 4, but we're forecasting for week 4. So therefore, it's not going to make sense for us to do D8. We got to do D7, and then we can scroll this down here, and then it will repeat the function. And then let's just do that here real quick. So we're going to do equals 0.3. It's 103.5 plus 0.7 times 105. Make sure that's right. And there's a little issue here, so let's try to figure out. Okay, so equals 0.3 times our actual sales plus 0.7 times 1 above. That's odd. Let me see. Yep, that's right. So we're just going to scroll down here. All right, and that will set up our table, and then it's going to ask us using MSE which one's going to be more accurate. So let's use the mean squared error. So MSE 0.2. So to do this, let me just zoom out a little bit. Okay, so to do this, we just take for 0.2, 105 minus 100, and then we're just going to square root that. So you need to put in parentheses first before you do it. So it's going to be 105. We're going to do absolute 105 minus 100 squared. And then we're just going to repeat for the rest. And we're going to take the average. And then our MSE for 0.3. Just make sure that is good. Right there. Should be good. And then for the MSE part, right, we're going to do the same thing. So absolute. In this case, we're going to have 105 minus 100 squared, because it's just mean squared error. Going to scroll down, take the average. So that means we're more likely to pick 0.3 for exponential smoothing. So that's it, guys. That's how you do a full forecast for exponential smoothing, simple moving average, and weighted moving average. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a good one.